I'm Cath. Welcome to my channel made by Cath. Thank you very much for joining me for this video, which is going to be a week of sewing and chat. So I'm planning on popping on every day for the next week or so, and every day that I'm on I'll be sharing what I'm wearing for my handmade wardrobe and talking a little bit about the patterns and fabrics and any hacks and all that sort of thing. And I'll also share what I'm up to on the sewing front and also a bit of what I'm up to in life more generally too. So yes, that is the plan for this video, and I'm really looking forward to filming this one actually. I haven't done one of these videos where I pop on every day for a while, but it does sort of make me feel like I'm back in Vlogmas where I was coming on and filming every day. So yes, that is the plan. Hopefully it'll be a fun week with lots of sewing chats, and I'm kicking off today, which is Thursday. It's a bit random starting on a Thursday, but it just seemed to work well with what else I've got going on. And today here on this Thursday in the south of England, it's a very sunny, cold day. The sun is streaming in through the windows, so I've had to close the curtains slightly. So I'm enjoying the sunshine, but I've got on quite a cosy outfit because it is quite chilly outside. And actually I hadn't really realised when I was putting it on this morning, but it is quite a dark outfit today. I'm all in dark colours, so I think tomorrow I'm going to pick something bright and colourful just to mix it up. But I do really like this outfit. I've got a handmade jersey top on and then a handmade pinafore on over the top. And the jersey top I made quite recently actually, just a week or two ago. And I made it using one of my favourite patterns, which is the Freya top pattern by Tilling the Buttons from their stretch book. It's a pattern you'll probably know I've made quite a few times before, and I really fancied making just a very simple black ribbed version. So I used this wide ribbed cotton jersey fabric that I got from Minerva, and I've sewed with this fabric before in a couple of different colours and actually made the Freya top in those colours, and I've really enjoyed wearing them through the winter because it's a really nice cosy fabric. So I thought a black version would be quite a handy sort of staple item for my wardrobe. But if you saw my recent makes video, I'll link it up above if you haven't seen it, you'll know that this make didn't go quite to plan. Usually the Freya is one of those makes that I just motor through and it comes together really nicely, and I really like the fit, but somehow with this colourway of this fabric, which I didn't have with the other colourways, it just didn't behave as I was expecting it to do. And as I was sewing the Freya top, it just grew and grew, and I don't know why it did it, but when I ended up with a finished Freya top, it just didn't fit properly. The seams had stretched out on the shoulders. I had stabilised them with ribbon, but somehow, I think maybe even adding the ribbon on, they'd stretched out and the seam line didn't sit on my shoulder. It was kind of off my shoulder, and the whole thing was just quite a bit baggy really, and it's supposed to be quite a close fitting top. So I ended up unpicking the whole top and recutting the pattern pieces out, and actually there's quite a lot of extra fabric there. It had really stretched out all over, so I don't know what happened, but now I've re-sewn it up again, it does fit a lot better. I'm not sure it fits exactly the same as all of my other Freya tops. I feel like the shoulder seam does still sit a little bit more further over on my sort of shoulders than my other Freyas, and maybe it isn't as close fitting as my other Freyas, but I'm really happy with it. I'm glad I was able to salvage it from the first try where it really did get quite sort of roomy, and yeah, I'm really enjoying wearing it today. It's my first time wearing it. It's nice and cozy. And actually one slight change I made to this version, which I've never done before with the Freya top, I usually just make it sort of straight out of the pattern envelope, a straight size 2, and just lengthen the sleeves and body slightly. But for this version I decided actually to just adjust the neckband slightly. And what I did was I made it a bit more deeper, so it sits a little bit higher up on my neck. It's a bit deeper, just to make it extra bit cosy. And I also just narrowed it slightly so it hugged my neck a bit more, because I find usually with the Freya neckband it kind of stands up a little bit round your neck, but it isn't close fitting. And I thought if I wanted to make it a little bit of a higher neck band, it would be nice to have it a bit more close fitting. So I just adjusted that pattern piece slightly. And yeah, I'm really happy with how it turned out actually. It is a really cosy neckline on this one, so I might try that again actually on a future version maybe. I didn't actually alter the size of the actual neck hole. I just stretched the fabric a bit more to get it all to kind of ease it in. So yeah, I didn't actually adjust the actual neck hole itself. I only adjusted the neckband pattern piece. But yes, that is what I'm wearing underneath. This fabric is available in quite a few colours at Minerva. I'll link it down below. The other two colours I had no problem with, so don't let this particular experience I have with this one put you off too much. It is lovely, cosy fabric with this lovely rib texture to it. So yes, that is what I'm wearing underneath, and then over the top I've got on a pinafore dress, and this is the hack of the Ogden Cami by True Bias, and I've made this pinafore hack twice and I really enjoy wearing both my versions. I've made them in 2 different fabrics, so they feel a bit different when I wear them, but basically what I did for this hack was I cropped off the Ogden Cami, and as you can see I cropped it off a kind of like an empire line, I guess. It's a little bit above my natural waist, and then I added on a gathered skirt, so it's quite a loose fitting pinafore. I think I sized up one size on my measurements for this Ogden Cami top because I wanted it to be a bit looser and to be able to layer tops underneath like I've done today. And then instead of making a facing inside the Ogden Cami like the pattern would normally have you do if you're making just a plain cami top, I just cut 2 of the fronts and 2 of the backs, and then ended up sort of enclosing the seam line where you attach the skirt, so it's quite a nice finish on the inside of this pinafore. And yeah, it's a really nice comfy one to wear. I widened the strap slightly and I brought the back neckline up a little bit, just made a couple of little tweaks to the cami itself, and then it's got pockets, and yeah, it's a nice swishy pinafore. I think I actually did a blog post talking about this hack, so I'll link that down below in case you fancy having a go yourself. I think it's a really nice hack, and it's really easy just to pull on this pinafore, and I find it goes quite well over sort of wintry tops, but also over a t-shirt for like spring weather. And yeah, the version I'm wearing today I made in this lovely viscose fabric. I think it's a viscose twill, and it's a Mind the Maker fabric, and I got it from Minerva but quite a long time ago. And actually I had a look before I came on here to film, and they don't seem to have this particular print in stock anymore, but they do have some other lovely Mind the Maker prints, so I'll link the Mind the Maker range there down below. But what I really liked about this print was just it's such a large scale to it. So the base colour is this sort of, I think it's like a very dark grey colour. You can see it's a bit lighter than the black Freya top. And then it's got these sort of matte gold hoops all over it in different sizes. I just thought it was quite fun. And because it's a viscose twill, it's got a bit more weight to it. So although it's really drapey and swishy, I feel like it works quite well for like a winter layering piece because it has got that extra bit of weight to it of the twill fabric. So yes, that is what I'm wearing today, and I'll put a picture up so you can see what it looks like on. It's just a really nice comfy outfit, and yeah, I'm liking this sort of slightly higher Freya neckline that I tried. So yeah, that is what I'm wearing today. And then I had one thing to share with you today, which is a new fabric that arrived with me, and it's actually in another colourway of a fabric that I bought quite recently and made into a Megan Nielsen Jarrah sweatshirt. And it's a fabric from Higgs & Higgs, and it's a bit different to anything that I bought or sewn with before, and I really loved it, so I wanted to get some more. But I'll just grab it. It's a, they call it a faux Angora feel cable knit jersey type fabric. I think it's made of a mixture of viscose and polyamide and polyester. It's got a nice stretch to it, and it's really lovely and cosy and soft and drapey too. So it's a really nice fabric. And continuing the sort of dark colours theme, the colour I bought this time round was this black colourway. So I'll hold it up so you can see the cable knit texture to it. And this cable knit randomly goes like perpendicular to the grain rather than along the grain like I would normally expect for a cable knit. So yeah, the first colourway I bought, which you may have seen on my previous videos, was the pastel pink colour. And I'll put a picture up of my Jarrah sweatshirt that I made in the pink colour. You can see for that one I went for the cables going across horizontal, so as they kind of were intended to based on the grain. I cut the pattern piece like that. And I kind of modified the Jarrah sweatshirt slightly, and I talked a bit more about the changes I made in my video last week, so I'll link that above in case you want to find out more about that one. But yeah, I really enjoyed sewing with that fabric, and I just love the feel of it, and I love how drapey it is, but how cosy it is too. So yeah, I treated myself to the black colourway too, which I thought was quite different to the pastel pink, so they'll fill different holes in my wardrobe. So yes, that arrived with me this week, and I'm not exactly sure whether I'm going to make another Jarrah sweatshirt or something else. I think I'm just going to sit on this fabric for a few days and have a think about it before I decide. But yeah, I couldn't resist getting another colourway, and it's available in quite a few colours, this fabric, so I'll link it down below. It really is so lovely and soft. Someone did mention that they bought it and they found it does pull a bit, so I'm going to have to be nice and careful with mine to make sure I don't pull it too much. But yeah. Let me know if you think there's something particular I should make with this, whether you think I should make another Jarrah sweatshirt or something different. Let me know if you have any ideas, because I'm not totally certain what I'm going to make, and I'm also not sure whether I should go again with the cable knit go across, or whether for this one to mix it up and have the cable knit going down. I have to think on that too, but yeah, I'm looking forward to sewing with this one as well. So I was glad that arrived. But yeah, it does continue the black theme. So anyway, I think I'm going to finish off here. I've got a few jobs to do around the house this morning, and then I think I'll probably leave it here, and I'll see you again tomorrow wearing something brighter. I'm going to have a plan of what to wear today, actually, because often I wake up in the morning dashing out the school and I just put on the first thing that comes to hand. I had this sitting out, so I thought I'd put that on today. But yes, I'm going to have a plan and come back tomorrow with something a bit brighter. So I'll see you again tomorrow for Friday. Bye! So it's actually still Thursday, and I ended up doing a bit of sewing preparation this afternoon in the end. So yeah, here is what I'm up to. I'm just adjusting this pattern piece here, and I'm using my little pattern weights that I made a few years ago that I really love. They are little metal washers popped together and then wound around with yarn, and yeah, I use them lots. So yeah, that's one of them there. Hello, it's Friday morning here now, and it's still fairly early in the morning at the moment. I've just got back from the school run, and I thought I'd better pop on here early because when I was walking back from the school run, I could see further up our street there are quite a few workmen there today, and I believe they're installing some sort of fibre broadband. But it was very noisy further up the street where they were, and I think they're going to be working their way down the street, so it'll probably be quite noisy outside our house a little bit later. So I thought I'd better come on now while it's nice and quiet outside. And as you can see, I've got on something brighter today. I had this sweater in mind actually when I was saying yesterday that I was going to choose something bright today. So as you can see, it's lovely and bright in this hot pink colour. And I've paired it with a handmade skirt, and I haven't put these two items together before, I don't think, but I actually really like the colour combination. I'll stand up a bit so you can see. So the sweater I'll talk about first. It is one I knitted a few years ago, and I knitted it using a kit from Wool and the Gang. It was my first Wool and the Gang kit I tried, and I've made a couple more since then. I really love their kits. And this one is called the Saltwater Sweater Kit. And you knit it in Pima cotton yarn, which is really nice to knit with. And obviously I chose the hot pink colour. And it's for kind of like a cropped sweater with the classic ribbing around the neckline and the cuffs and the bottom. And then the main stitch is this really pretty stitch. I'm not sure what it's called, but it was a lot of fun to knit, and I think it gives a really nice texture to the sweatshirt. And actually it's quite a cosy sweatshirt to wear. I know a lot of people recommend sort of cotton yarns for the summer, but actually I've got a t-shirt layered underneath this sweatshirt, and it's actually keeping me nice and cosy today, even though it's definitely more of a wintry day. And yeah, I just love the colour. So yeah, I remember it being fun to knit, and I think Wool and the Gang still sell this kit, so I'll link it down below. I think it's an intermediate knitting kit, but yeah, I really enjoyed knitting it. I do love this colour. And I've paired it with a skirt that I made a couple of years ago again, so both these are older makes. It's a skirt I made using this pattern here, which is a pattern I really like, the Moss skirt pattern by Grey Line Studio, for this kind of jeans style skirt that you can make either as a mini skirt or a sort of knee length skirt with this band at the bottom. And it's got a fly front zip and these slash pockets and a yoke at the back, so it's quite jeans style. Yeah, I really like this pattern for just kind of quite a simple basic skirt. And the version I'm wearing today, I made in a sort of chunky corduroy fabric. It's a really lovely colour. I love it, sort of this petrol kind of greeny blue colour. I got this corduroy quite a while ago from Selfmade, so I doubt this colour is still in stock anymore, but Selfmade do sell some lovely corduroys always, so I'll link their current range down below. But yeah, I'll stand up again just so you can see the skirt a little bit better. I went for the jeans button. It's just quite a nice comfy one to wear. I recently made one in a denim and I've been wearing that one a lot too. So yes, that's what I'm wearing today, and I'm really loving this colour combination. And I'll put a picture up so you can see what it looks like on. I just took that picture when I got back from the school, and I've got the outfit on with my trusty Dr. Martens, which have sort of like a sort of fluffy lining, so they keep my feet nice and cosy in the cold weather. I really love them. So yes, that is what I'm wearing today. And then you'll have seen I included a little clip after yesterday's video, just showing that I did get up to a bit of sewing yesterday that I wasn't expecting to, but I did it in a bit of a whim. And I was altering a pattern that I sewed before, and it's this one here, which is the Dovestone dress pattern by Izzo Sew Studio. And Izzo Sew Studio, they're quite a new pattern company. I think they only have 2 patterns at the moment, but I know they've got another one they're working on at the moment. But I really love the Dovestone dress pattern. I actually included my version of this in my video I released last week where I was talking about my 10 favourite makes of last year. I'll link that video above in case you haven't watched it, but yeah, this was one of my favourite makes of last year. I really enjoyed the whole sewing process to make it, and yeah, I was really happy with the final dress too. But it's this sort of quite summery, strappy dress with this sort of V-neck front and this interesting way of tying it all up using this like long drawstring that kind of it has channels around the bodice, and then you tie it around your waist, so you can tie it in different ways to give different effects. You can make it either as this full length version with a slit, which is the version I made for my first version, or you can make it as this VB version, which is a kind of, I think it just falls just below your knee and you don't need the slit for that version. See, I really wanted to make this pattern again, and I really fancied trying the View B version because I love my first version, my full length one, but I think it has maybe a bit more limited application because it is so long. It wouldn't be practical for like a day out with the children. It'll be more, I guess, maybe for wearing out to dinner if we're on holiday somewhere sunny or something like that. But I thought if I made the version that's shorter, that would be one I could get more wear out of actually. And I had some fabric in mind that I'd like to make the shorter version, so I thought I'd show you that too. And it's a fabric I got, I think it might have been late last year, actually a local shop to me who's recently branched out in selling dressmaking fabrics. Well, I say recently, but it's been in the last couple of years and it's been open a long time, so it's quite a recent development for them. Anyway, I was there and they had some sort of remnants, and they had quite a decent sized remnant of a fabric I'd actually sewn with before quite a while ago that I thought was a really pretty fabric, but I wasn't 100% happy with the pattern I'd chosen for the fabric, so I thought actually it'll be a lovely match for the Dovestone dress, and I thought I'd like to have another go of sewing with it. And it's this fabric here. So it's this really pretty viscose challis fabric. It's lovely and drapey and lightweight in this lovely bright red colour with this sort of floral design on it. And I just love this shade of red, and I think it's a colour that I always feel good wearing. I don't wear it a lot, but when I do wear it, I do feel good wearing it. So I thought it'd make a really pretty sundress. So that is what I'm thinking of doing, cutting into this fabric to make the shorter version of the Dovestone dress pattern. So yesterday I basically just altered the pattern pieces because I'd traced out the long ones, and I just added on the line for the hem of the shorter version of the dress, and then I just basically cut the dress off at that length. And then what I'm planning to do is trace out my pattern pieces, or cut out my pattern pieces in this fabric, and then I think I'll just sellotape the pattern piece back together so I've got it long again, and then if I want to use it in the future I've kind of got both lengths on the one pattern piece, because I didn't really fancy retracing them out. I thought it'd be easy just to snip it off and then sellotape back on later. So yes, that's what I was doing yesterday, and if I have some time I might start cutting out this fabric today. But yeah, I'm hoping that'll make a really nice sort of summery sundress that I could wear a little bit more than my full length version, which I love, but yeah, I probably wouldn't wear as much as a shorter version. So yeah, that is my plan, so I thought I'd share that. So hopefully I might get that done a little bit later today. Also, I'm going out this evening with some friends, so I'm planning on choosing something from my handmade wardrobe to wear for that. So I think I'll finish off this video here now, and then I'll come back on tomorrow and I'll share then what I end up wearing out this evening for dinner with friends, and yeah, just catch up on more stuff tomorrow. So I'll finish off now and see you again for Saturday tomorrow. Bye. Hello, so I'm back again and it's Saturday now. It's early evening here at the moment, and I haven't had a chance to come back on until now because my husband and my children and I have been out for a day out today, which is nice. We were up quite early and out of the house, and we just got back an hour or two ago and now settling in for evening, which is nice to be back home again. So yes, to catch up, since I last popped on yesterday evening, like I mentioned, I went out for a meal with a few of my friends, which was really nice. It wasn't a super dressy meal. We went to a local Indian restaurant, which is really nice. And I decided to wear some sort of smarter jeans and a handmade top, so I thought I'd share that first. And I took a picture before I went out, which I'll share in a moment. I decided to wear a top which I haven't worn for ages. And I just love this one because the print, this is the top here. Yeah, the print I love on this one, it's a sort of viscose fabric that I got quite a while ago from Ditto Fabrics. I'll link their website down below. I've bought a few things from them over the years, and I think they often have quite interesting different fabrics on there, so it's always quite fun having a browse on the website. But this is a viscose fabric. It almost has a bit of a viscose crepey feel to it. It's got a little bit of texture to it. It's not totally smooth and flat, but it's quite lightweight. You can see it's a little bit, I guess it's a little bit sheer there. But I made this top, which is the Megan Nielsen Sudley top. So it's kind of a top you can wear reversible. And on one side, it's got this really cute little keyhole opening detail with a tie, which is kind of so you can kind of put it on and do the tie up. You can wear that either at the front and the back. Like I mentioned, it's a reversible top. And actually, when I sort of got this pattern originally, I used to wear this top this way around with the keyhole at the front because I like the feature. But I've actually decided I prefer it the other way around. I prefer wearing it this way around. So that's what I did last night. But yeah, I just love the print on it. I think it's a bit kitsch. But yeah, I just love the kittens. I think they're really cute on this sort of black base with little white dots. Just the kittens got me when I saw this fabric and I had to order it. And I thought it would be quite cute going out top with it, but making the kittens making it a little bit of fun. So yeah, that is what I made. And yeah, I don't often get this one out, but I do really enjoy wearing it when I do. And a couple of my friends said they really liked it when I was out, so that was nice. And they like the print. Yeah, I'll show you the pattern here. I've got the older version of this pattern. It has been updated quite a bit, both in terms of the size range. I've got an old version which goes from extra small to extra large, but now Megan Nielsen size range I think go from 0 to 18 maybe, and there's also a curve version from a 14 to a 30 I think. So it's got a really good size range, and also the newer version has a few more options built in, but you can make either a blouse or a dress, and I think now there's a long sleeve option with elasticated cuffs, which is actually what I did for this version, but I just kind of improvised with the sleeve by lengthening it and adding on the elastic cuff myself. I just prefer it like that really, rather than a shorter sleeve version. So yeah, I really enjoyed wearing it actually. I did wear a vest top underneath just to keep me cozy because it's quite cold out at the moment still here. Yeah, it's a really, really nice pattern, and oh yeah, I'll put a picture up so you can see what it looked like on. But yeah, I enjoyed wearing that one out last night. I do love the kittens. So yeah, that was last night. And then today, because we've been out just for kind of a family day, again, I've been wearing jeans and a handmade sweatshirt, and I have got a handmade, just very simple Agnes scoop neck plain navy blue t-shirt underneath as well. So 2 handmade items on today, maybe handmade RS Knickers as well, I can't remember. But yes, this is just a lovely comfy sweatshirt that I made using one of my favourite sweatshirt patterns, which is this one here, the Mile End sweatshirt pattern by Closet Core. I've talked about this pattern quite a lot before, so I won't talk about it in too much detail, but the version I'm wearing is View A. There are a few different versions, and I made it in this really cosy fleece back sweatshirting fabric. This is a Mind the Maker fabric that I bought in a few different colourways. It's a nice thick cosy fleece if you're looking for quite a wintry jumper, and it always comes with, you can, or at least each colour you can get matching ribbing for it. So yeah, this sweatshirt, it's a bit hard to see this light because it almost is, I don't know, this light sort of softening the colour a little bit, but it is quite a nice pretty lilac colour. I don't know what on the screen it's looking a bit more sort of beigey brown, but it's a pretty lilac colour I think at least. It's got a round neck, dropped shoulders, it's got these cool sleeve darts there, which I think is quite a nice feature. It's got a yoke at the back, hopefully you can see that there, and it's got kind of an oversized fit to it. So I've always sized down slightly on my measurements, because when I looked at the finished garment measurements, I didn't want it to be super oversized, and even having sized down slightly, it's still quite a nice sort of yeah, roomy, boxy type fit. And I've lengthened this version as well, because I do find this pattern without lengthening comes up quite cropped on me. I do have probably like a longer than average torso, but even so, if you're making this pattern, I would recommend maybe holding the pattern piece up to check you're happy with the length, because sometimes I think for cosy sweatshirts, you want to make sure it kind of, yeah, definitely sort of goes down a little bit over the top of your jeans and keeps you nice and cosy. So yeah, I lengthened it. But I put a picture up of me wearing it. I took that just as we were heading out the door. It was definitely a sort of jeans and trainers type of day today. Although I did add on some little earrings. Yeah, just to make myself feel a little bit more dressy. But yeah, it's been a nice day, but quite a long one. And I'm glad to be home. And I think we're going to have just quite a relaxed evening at home tonight. And I haven't got any sewing or knitting done. I might do a little bit of knitting in front of the TV later. I'm not sure, but I did manage to get a little bit of sewing prep done yesterday. After I'd been on here earlier in the morning, I managed to carve out a bit of time later in the day, and I started cutting out the fabric for my dovestone dress. And I was quite pleased to do that actually, because although I was pretty sure I liked that fabric and pattern combination, once I'd started actually cutting into the fabric, it felt quite good to have sort of committed to that project and definitely turning the fabric into that dress. So yeah, I'm hoping I'll be able to maybe start sewing it sometime early next week. I don't think I'll manage to sort of squeeze in any sewing time this weekend. But I'm quite looking forward to revisiting the dovestone dress pattern actually, because I've only made it the once and it's a bit of a while ago now, so I can't really remember how it comes together. I remember it being an enjoyable sew, but yeah, I don't remember all the steps or anything, so it'll be nice to revisit. So yeah, that's hopefully my plan for early next week, all being well. But yes, I think I'll finish off this day here now, and yeah, I'll back on again tomorrow for Sunday. I think we've got a little bit more of a low-key day planned. We won't be all day out of the house tomorrow, so that'll be quite nice, but I'll fill you in more on what we're up to tomorrow. So yes, I'll say goodbye now and I'll see you tomorrow for Sunday. Bye! Hello, it's Sunday morning here now, and it's quite bright and early still. And this morning we are heading out to church. So as you can see, at the moment I've still got my dressing gown on, so I need to go and get dressed. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to wear. It's a bit of a drizzly, rainy day outside today. But yes, I'm going to head off to church and then I'll come back on and catch up with you all a little bit later. So see you in a bit. Bye! Hello, so I'm back from church now. We had a nice time there this morning, but it's quite nice to be back home too, because it is quite a grey, rainy day outside today. And yeah, I think we're planning on spending the afternoon at home, and my children have got some homework to do and that sort of thing. So yeah, that's the plan. And then in terms of what I'm wearing today, I'm wearing quite a nice cosy wintry dress. This is a woven dress I made using this pattern here, pattern I really like, the I Am Patterns Cassiope dress. So it's quite a relaxed baby doll style woven dress with these raglan sleeves, sort of batwing style sleeve and a gathered skirt, and it is designed to be oversized. And the version I'm wearing today I made in this lovely baby cord fabric. This is one I got from Minerva and I've sewed in a few different colours. I can't remember what this colour is called, but I'll double check and I'll link the fabric and mention the colour in the sort of blurb down below. But for this version, I thought I'd try one of the hacks, because on the I Am Patterns website, they have a few different hacks you can do with this dress. And the hack I chose was for a button down back. Although this dress you can just pull on over your head, so you don't really need buttons. So they're not really functional, they don't need to be functional. I just quite like a button down back. I think it's quite a nice feature, so I thought I'd add it on this dress. So I'll turn around a bit so you can hopefully see the button placket there. I thought it would quite suit this kind of baby cord fabric. I did actually tweak this dress quite a lot, because I first made this pattern a couple of times in lighter weights or more drapey fabrics, like viscose type fabrics. And then I made the same size, I think it's the smallest size on the paper pattern, I'm in this baby cord. And I think the baby cord's, it's quite light, it's not super heavyweight by any means, but it's definitely not as drapey or as lightweight as a viscose. And it just felt like it was a bit too oversized in this fabric. So I ended up tweaking it quite a bit and bringing the seams in quite a bit on the bodice, just so it didn't feel like it was wearing me. So I like it more now, having made those changes. I think that actually the PDF pattern comes in a slightly larger size range, including one smaller size. So that might have been the perfect size actually for me to use this baby cord fabric, but I've got the paper pattern, so I don't have that smaller size. But yeah, it was worth spending the time tweaking it, and it does feel more comfy to wear now. But it's just a very easy to wear one dress. I've got a vest top underneath as well, because sometimes it can be a little bit cold at church. But the baby cord is quite nice and cosy, and I love the texture of it. I love the feel of the baby cord. So I'll put a picture so you can see what it looks like on. And actually, when I was taking the photo this morning, my children wanted to get in on the act too, so I also got a photo with them both in, and they are both wearing something handmade actually. I'll put that photo up now too. My son is wearing, as ever whenever he's not at school, his mini Hudson pants by True Bias, just in like a black French terry. He's got a few pairs of them, which he wears on rotation. So that's what he was wearing, that's handmade. And then my daughter isn't wearing anything that I made her, but the little knitted cardigan she's wearing is one my mum made for her quite a while ago actually. And My daughter's quite enjoying choosing her own clothes these days, so I think she found it in her sort of cardigans and sweatshirts drawer and pulled it out and it still fits. So I sent a little picture to my mum this morning, showing my daughter in that cardigan saying it still fits. My mum was pleased too. So yeah, that's what they've been wearing today. And then the other thing I wanted to share when I was on is I did do a little bit of knitting last night, so I thought I'd share that. And I'm currently making some clothes for Danger Dog, who I've knitted from this book here, the Knitted Dogs and Puppies book by Sue Stratford. Here is Danger Dog at the moment, without his sort of cool superhero clothes on, and I'm currently in the process of making those. This is what he will look like, hopefully, once I finish making the clothes. So he needs a little cape and a little hat and these little sort of leggings with these kind of cute little spikes on, to make him look like he means business. So last night I didn't do loads of knitting, but I did manage to get his little cape done. So here it is. It's really cute. It's got this little lightning bolt on it. And yeah, actually it took me a couple of times to do it. I was using this Intarsia knitting technique where you kind of wind the two different colours together to make sure you don't get any holes when you move between the colours. And I think I struggled with the tension, and making sure that the stitches are kind of pulled tightly enough together but not too tight. But yeah, I got there in the end. I'm quite pleased with how it looks now with the little lightning bolt that's on the back, so you can see the back. I think it's fairly neat. So yeah, now it just needs a little button, so you can button up round his neck, and I've checked it for size and it does look like it'll fit him nicely. And I just need to now move on to making the hat and the little leggings so that his outfit's all ready for him to wear. So yeah, I enjoyed doing that last night. Well, I enjoyed doing it once I'd got the tension right. I was a bit frustrated at first when it just wasn't looking exactly right. And I know it doesn't matter too much. I'm sure my son will be happy, but it's nice to get a nice finish, isn't it? So yeah, I thought I'd share that. But anyway, I'll finish off now. I'm going to head back to my family and help my daughter do a bit of her homework and that sort of thing. So yeah, I'll finish here and I'll see you again tomorrow for Monday. So yeah, see you tomorrow. Bye. Hello, it's Monday here now, and it's just coming up to lunchtime here at the moment. And I've been quite busy this morning around the house, getting on with a load of household chores and jobs. So the morning seemed to have whizzed by while I've been doing that, but it's nice to have got them all out of the way. I also did manage to get the last couple of pieces cut out of my Dovestone dress as well, so I was pleased to have been able to do that. And actually after lunch today I'm planning a bit of a sewing session, so between lunch and school pickup I'm going to start working on my Dovestone dress, and I'm really excited to start on that and revisit that pattern, and yeah, hopefully I'll be able to update you on my progress tomorrow. So yeah, that's the plan for after lunch, but I thought now would be a good time to come on and catch up and share what I'm wearing. And I've also got a little update on Danger Dog too. But I'll start off with what I'm wearing. So today it's actually a bit mild outside, and I'm wearing this woven dress that has a 3/4 length sleeve. And I thought I might need to put on a cardigan over the top, but actually I've been so busy sort of dashing around the house, I've got quite warm, so I haven't needed that. And yeah, it's a bit milder today. And this dress I made using the Fleetwood dress pattern by French Navy. And I've got the line drawings to show you here because it's got quite a lot going on, this dress, I think. It's a really nice shirt dress with a few interesting features. So yeah, this is the version I'm wearing here, it's view A. There's also a view B option, which has a few variations. But yes, this is the version I'm wearing. It's got this bodice with a button down front and a round neck that's finished with bias binding. And I think the bodice is designed to sort of finish around your natural waist, and then it's got this 2-tier gathered skirt, which I think is quite a pretty feature. And then it's got a 3/4 sleeve with a little sort of cuff and I think it's a sleeve vent, is that the name of it? I'll show you them here. So yeah, a nice little feature. I think it might have been my first time sewing one of those actually when I made this dress, and I remember finding it a little bit fiddly, but I do like French Navy instructions, so I think I got through it. And then the back bodice is panelled with this yoke at the front and back too. So yes, it was a really fun one to sew with all the details. I remember really enjoying working through it. I did actually, I remember, made a sort of toile of the bodice, just using some old leftover fabric from another project, just to check the fit. Because I remember before I sewed this one, I'd read a couple of reviews and people were saying particularly they found the sleeves to come up a little bit tight. And I did find actually the same, so I ended up sort of, just adding a bit of room around the sleeves and around the cuffs too, to make sure they didn't feel too sort of squeezed around there. And I think I also maybe did a slight forward shoulder adjustment and also widened the armhole a bit so that didn't sort of feel too tight under there as well. So yeah, it was worth doing a toile of the bodice on this one so I can make a few tweaks. And I was particularly keen to do that because I wanted to make sure that I had a dress eventually that was really comfy to wear, because I love this fabric. It's a chambray fabric. I do really love chambray. I find it's a really nice sort of stable fabric to sew with, and also really comfy and soft to wear too. And I just love the print on this one. It's a bit different. It's got this Parisian print on with the Eiffel Tower and little love hearts and little Breton striped jumpers and all sorts on there. Yeah, and I remember I bought this fabric quite a long time before I cut into it, and I really couldn't think what I wanted to make with it, and I wanted to make something that I really loved. So yeah, when I sort of saw the Fleetwood dress pattern, I thought it'd be a really nice one for this fabric, and yeah, I really love how it's turned out. And I went for, as you can see, these pink buttons that sort of match the little pink love hearts. Yeah, and I always enjoy wearing this one actually, and it feels quite swishy with the gathered skirt too. I'll put a picture up so you can see what it looks like on. But yeah, I do love a shirt dress, and I love this fabric, and I haven't only made this pattern once actually, the Fleetwood dress pattern, but it is a pattern I would like to revisit at some point. But yeah, I don't know what other sort of fabric I'd make it in other than a chambray, so yeah, I'd have to think about what else would be nice. Like, I guess a baby cord would be really nice actually. But yeah, I don't know. Yes, that's what I'm wearing today. And then I did a little bit more knitting on Danger Dog's outfit last night. So he's now wearing his little leggings. So I thought I'd show you those. So here he is. He's starting to get his outfit, his costume on. He's got on those little blue leg warmers with these cool sort of spikes at the back. So yeah, they were quite fun to sew actually. Sorry, not sew. They were quite fun to knit actually. They were quite speedy little knitting items, and then just took a bit of time to sew up, but not too long. So they came together nicely. I haven't found a button for his cape yet. I might have a little rummage in my sort of button pot today to see if I can find one of those. And then he still needs his sort of hat or helmet. So that is next on the list to knit. I'm not sure I have a chance to do much knitting tonight because we've got a bit of a busy evening with the children's clubs. But yeah, hopefully, yeah, this week I'll make some more progress on his little outfit. So I thought I'd share that too. But yes, I think I'm going to go and make myself some lunch now and then start sewing my Dovestone dress. So I will finish off here, and hopefully I'll be able to share a bit of progress on the dress tomorrow, which will be Tuesday. So yeah, I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye. Hello, so I'm back again, and it's actually still Monday and still before lunch as well. But I thought just before I got on with lunch, I would go and have a look in my button pot just to see if I could find a nice button to go with Danger Dog's cape. And I actually found a button that I think will work really well, so I thought I'd share it with you now. So what I'll do is I'll turn the camera around and show you the little button that I found. So here is Danger Dog's cape, and here is the little button that I found in my button pot. And I don't even remember having this button actually. It matches quite nicely with the stars on our tablecloth here. But yeah, I found it in the button pot. Don't remember where it came from, but don't you think that would just be perfect for the little cape? And actually, when I had a look back in the book, it does actually recommend using a star button. And I wasn't really thinking I needed to use a star button, but I found that one and I thought that would be really, really cute and a really nice feature. So I think I'm going to, I'm not sure if I'll sew on now, I might leave it till later actually. But yeah, I thought I'd just share that. It's just the right size, I think. And I think my son will like that. So yeah, I'm quite happy about that. Anyway, I'll finish off here, actually go and get myself some lunch, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Hello, so it's Tuesday morning here now. It's actually just come up to lunchtime again, and I'm filming in here today because it's been very noisy this morning in the front room where I usually film. I think I mentioned earlier in the video that fibre broadband is being installed in our street at the moment, and they finally reached outside our house. I somehow thought they'd come around a little bit quicker, but I guess it's taken them a bit of time to work down the street. But this morning they were there fairly early, putting up lots of barriers, and then they've been there all morning. There's been lots of drilling and digging and just generally a lot of noise. My husband's gone to the office today. He was able to escape in the car quite early before they put barriers across our drive. But yes, I've been at home and it hasn't been too bad. I've been in here and I've been enjoying getting on with a bit more sewing of my Dovestone dress. So I'll share my progress that I've been making on that in a moment. But I'll start off with what I'm wearing today. And today I've got on quite a casual outfit. I've got a pair of ready-to-wear jeans on and an old ready-to-wear cardigan. But my t-shirt is handmade, and I made it using this pattern here, which is the MET pattern by Jennifer Lauren Handmade. It's a really nice jersey top pattern. You can either make it as a short sleeve t-shirt with grown on sleeves, or this long sleeve t-shirt with a sort of dropped shoulder. It's got quite a wide neckline. I think its fit is designed to be not sort of boxy and loose, but not super tight either, somewhere in between, like a relaxed fit. And I particularly like this version here with this front that you piece together out of smaller jersey pieces, which is great for scrap busting smaller jersey pieces. And I just think creates quite a nice, slightly different t-shirt that's really comfy to wear, but has a bit of interest to it. And this pattern has a really good size range too. There's an original size range, which goes from a 6 to 24, which has A and B and C and D cups included. And there's a curve size range, which goes from 16 to 34, which has C and D and E and F cups. So the version I'm wearing today, I made using lots of jersey scraps I'd used on other projects. And I actually originally made this t-shirt as the long sleeve version with the sleeves. I didn't really like it so much. I just found the way the kind of sleeves were attached, because there's a bit of loose fabric here, it just felt there was too much fabric sort of maybe pooling around there, and then the sleeve was a bit tighter, and I just didn't feel like it looked quite right on me. So what I ended up doing is I actually took the sleeves off and turned it into the short sleeve version instead. And it was quite nice actually, because you finish off the short sleeve version with these little quite narrow sleeve cuffs, which I think is a really nice feature. And I was able to cut those out of the arm pieces, once I'd taken them off, because I think for these sleeve cuffs, you cut them a little bit smaller than the actual sleeve opening, just to sort of pull it in slightly, I guess a bit like a jersey neckband. So there was enough width there to be able to cut these little cuffs off and finish off the t-shirt. And actually, I'm really glad I made that change, because I much prefer how it sort of fits now as the short sleeve version. And I really like these kind of colours together, sort of pinky colours with a bit of stripe. So I was glad to be able to sort of adjust the t-shirt a little bit and turn it into something I will be reaching for more. But yeah, it's a nice one to wear. As you can see, it's sort of it's not such a sort of tight fit that it's kind of got negative ease, but it's not a loose fit either. It's a really comfy one to wear. And I found it came together really nicely. The pattern pieces are all marked up so well that it was really quite easy to get them all to sort of end up with quite sharp corners when you're piecing the front together, or the notches would just bang on. So yeah, it was an enjoyable sew. I'll put a picture up so you can see what it looks like. Oh, and I'll just put my cardigan back on now, because it's a little bit, well, it's not super chilly today, but it's not necessarily just t-shirt weather. So yes, that is what I'm wearing today. And then I thought I'd show you Danger Dog with his cape on, because I managed to sew that star button on last night. I didn't have loads of time to do any sofa crafting last night, but I did, that didn't take too long, so I sewed that on. So here is Danger Dog now. He's got his cape on and his little leggings, and now he just needs his hat, so that's the next thing for me to knit. But yeah, my son was pleased with the star button too, and I think he's looking pretty nifty, so I thought I'd show you that. And then yes, I thought I'd show you how I was getting on with my dovestone dress, and I've actually sewn quite a lot of it. I thought I remembered that it came together quite quickly, and that is the case. So I've got quite a lot of it sewn up now, and I'll show you where I am. So here is the dovestone dress, and it's all sewn together. I've added in the pockets at the side, and this is the top at the front here. And it's quite nice how you finish it, the front, because the front has a seam all the way down the front, and you sort of turn it under and sort of stitch, and it gives quite a nice finish, and then you turn it under and stitch up this kind of the V shape at the top, and at the top you finish off by making this little channel around the top that goes all around the top, which you then thread into it the drawstring. And at the back you have these 3 little loops here that you sew as part of the channel, and you can then thread the drawstring through there in different ways to create different tie finishes. So yeah, I haven't got too much more to do really. I need to actually make the drawstring, which is really long. So you cut it out of a few pieces of fabric and then sew them together and then fold it all up. So it takes a bit of time to do, but not ages. So I need to do that, and then I'll need to hem it as well. I'm going to try it on and just check if I'm happy with the length, because I don't know how this length is going to turn out on me. I quite like the idea of it being a little bit below the knee, but yeah, I'll try it on and see how it looks. But yeah, I've been enjoying sewing it actually, and this fabric is sewn up really nicely. I remember when I said that before, it's nice viscose to sew, but I haven't found its sort of run at all or anything. I've used a Microtex needle, a size 61, nice fine one with it, and that seemed to work well. But yeah, so it's starting to shape up nicely, and yeah, I know it's not really seasonal. I'm making this in the middle of winter, But I actually thought the fabric could be quite a pretty one to wear out maybe for Valentine's Day. I mean, we probably won't go out for Valentine's Day, but I did think it would make a nice Valentine's Day dress if we did go out. But otherwise, I'll be saving it probably for summer holidays. That's probably when I'll be wearing it. But, you know, I just fancied making it, and I don't think you have to make things in the right season. And it'd be nice to have it all done and dusted, so I'm not racing to get it finished for a summer holiday. Well, hopefully it'll turn out all right. I'm assuming it'll turn out all right. I'm pretty confident on the sizing, having made it already, so it's just a matter of sort of finishing off and checking the length and, yeah, getting those last bits done. So yes, I'm really pleased to have made some progress on that. But I think I'm actually going to finish off this video here now, because I think it's going to be really hard to film in the front room over the next couple of days, because judging by the speed of how long they've taken going down the road at each stage with the fibre broadband, I think it's going to be noisy here for the next couple of days. And also yesterday I started to edit the video together, and actually it's turned out to be a little bit longer than I was expecting, so I thought I'd better finish it off today, otherwise it's going to end up really long. So yes, I'll definitely be sharing in another video soon my finished Dovestone dress. I'm looking forward to finishing that hopefully this week, and also hopefully Danger Dog with his full outfit including the hat. So yeah, I've got a couple of nice works in progress here that I'll be able to update you on in a future video. But thank you so much for joining me for this week of Sewing and Chat. I hope you've enjoyed following me along for the last few days. I've really enjoyed popping on every day and chatting. So yes, thank you. If you've enjoyed this video, please do give it a thumbs up. And yes, I'd love to know what you're sewing too. Drop me a line in the comments down below. It's always nice finding out what other people are up to. I think it's great to share for inspiration. So yes, please do that. I hope you're having a good week too, and I hopefully see you for another video again very soon. So yes, thank you again for watching, and see you again soon. Bye.